Hi there, Pam Fuller again with our second update on ITS space planning. We'll talk again about what we know, what we're exploring, and opportunities for your input. So let's talk about one of the most important. The new space out on Science Park Road has been purchased, so yay for us. We're getting the keys that have been transferred, and our colleagues in OPP are working diligently to get services transferred and do all the behind-the-scenes things that they do to get a new, or at least new to us, building ready for renovations and occupancy. We also have an approved list of unit and functions that the Space Committee has been working with their leadership to take a look at and apply criteria they developed to see who among us in ITS would be possible to relocate to the new building. Now, that does not mean that everyone on that list will move. It just means they're possible candidates, and really who moves will be dependent upon using an architect and doing more detailed planning. That list can be found on the space planning website. It's on the frequently asked questions page down at the bottom where it says who's going to move. Again, we're not sure yet, but we have a list of candidates. We also are waiting for an architect to be assigned, and that will work with a vendor to be able to do more detailed planning around how many people we can fit in the space, what that space looks like, what workstations would look like to meet our needs. We also know that initially Steelcase will be that vendor that helps us to start to design the space that we have. However, Steelcase might not be the vendor that's actually chosen for us to purchase furniture from. This is how this works in planning for buildings like that, is you need a vendor involved with the architect to help design the space, but then it goes out to bid per our purchasing policies, and the best bidder, I guess, wins the actual contract to fulfill the furniture requirement. So we'll see how that moves along, but Steelcase will be working with us initially to help us deliver that planning. Also, the Space Committee will get to tour the building on August 20th to be able to see the space that they're helping to design for. Tom Klimek, thanks very much, Tom, will be coming out with his video and camera to take some pictures and video of that space and make that available for you all on the website to see it along with us, and to be able to use that space or that video to just keep you updated as to the before, during, and after of renovations pictures. So that'll be interesting. We're also exploring some things. So first of all, what is the budget for renovations and fit out? Fit out is really your furniture and lighting and those type of things. So OPP folks, our project manager, Jessica Dubler, are working on putting those estimates together, and they're running them up their chain of command to see what that final figure will be. We're also looking into what our, within ITS, unit move plan will be for the next couple of years. So not only who moves out to the new building, but also then what happens to the other space that gets left unoccupied when folks move. We do know that because of university priorities, high priorities, things like free report, things like our student information system project, that spaces in Ryder Building, the space we currently have in USB 1, and probably the space that DLT currently occupies in the libraries will be used for other things. So it's important for us to understand the university's priorities in those areas. Also, we're trying to leverage resources that we currently have around three specific areas. One is around our desktop support and networking. Rhonda Brown is leading a group of folks to talk about that. We're also looking at staff assistant support, the great folks that help us out, and let them know, see how they can best work together and how we can take a look at how their efforts can be leveraged in this new space to both help them to support the work that we all do within ITS. Also, printing and supplies and how that works. How can we be more effective in using our resources around the printing and supplies? We're also looking at some of these other issues. Food service for the new building. I've been meeting with Dave Ginger. He's in charge of all the 4-fee eateries and thinking about how we can meet that need. Looking at things like exercise room and equipment. There is an exercise room there with locker rooms. We've been working with risk management, environmental health and safety, the athletics department to take a look at the space, the equipment, understand the policies that we would have to abide by, certainly make sure there's an AED there and someone trained to be able to use it. Do we have to have a supervisor? All these types of things. Is the equipment that's there, should we purchase that? Is it in good shape? So all those questions are being answered by other offices around Penn State right now. So we'll bring you more on that. Art and environment for the new space. What will the space feel like in terms of the artwork or how we bring the space together? Also workstation configurations. Again, we're working with the vendors, but we'll take a look at how that should look to be able to support the work that we do. Molly Klein is helping me take a look at leadership sessions that will help our directors, our managers, our supervisors ensure that we have a successful relocation and really support all the great work that ITS does and have us looking forward to opportunities for this new space. So we're looking forward to that. In terms of opportunities for input, this is where we really need your help. So the 4 surveys that I mentioned last time are still up. We're going to keep those up until August 16th. So you can go onto the website, the main page, and you can see there the link for the 4 surveys. Again, that's around your workplace satisfaction currently, how you'd like to collaborate, your mobility, how you work in different spaces, and then also what your requirements are for space. We also have a 1.5 hour workshop that Steelcase will facilitate for us. This workshop will help really the folks that are around, I think about 10 to 12 folks in each workshop, will come together and say really what's their ideal workspace and what does that look like. All of that information will come back to us, go back to the architects and those that are looking at designing the space and help us figure all that out. So I'd really appreciate for you to take a look at your calendars. The current workshop was scheduled for August 19th. We're going to put that out about a month to about mid-September. So if you are interested, please email me. And as always, please, if you have any other input, feel free to email me or Nate Fagan, our new facilities resource person. Facilities representative, and we'd be happy to get you any answers that we can, or at least get your feedback. So thank you so much. Again, I look forward to supporting you all through this move. If there's anything we can do, let us know. Thanks for your attention and have a great day.